to kind of more random, and that's also totally fine, totally fine. I think it's super nice with leaf or flower impressions in them, so if you wanted to go back and use that technique that we learned when we did the slump plates, you can certainly do that. So I'm coming to the end of my clay piece here, and I'm just going quickly because it's a tutorial. You guys should probably go slower than that. So aquí está mi diseño. Here's my pattern. I'm going to bring my water over and I'm going to tap. When you put water, you guys, on your scored areas, you want to just tap so that you don't get rid of the score lines that you just made. I have a rag over here, and now we're going to put this guy together. So you want to take end to end, and I'll show you this way. Put this line right here halfway onto this area and push it over. Push it across, push it across, push it across. You should line this up, but sort of towards the top, and I'm pushing across. This is kind of a strange way that I'm doing this right now, and I'm doing it this way so that you guys can see. Normally, I would be doing this standing up. This cup would be standing up while I do this. The idea, folks, you can see this from the top, it's overlapped. The idea is that you hold it. I'm going to go close up for you guys so you can see this. As I said, standing up is much easier. Así es como se debe hacer. Yo lo tenía acostado para enseñarle a ustedes, pero así es. Y se sostiene por dentro, look at, and you just roll. Y con el se sostiene por dentro y con el dedo por fuera, es como arrollador, es como así, este movimiento. Asegúrese que usa la mano adentro para soportar. So it's really important to use the inside hand for support because you don't want to tweak the shape too much. So again, the inside, and this is overlapped. One is on top of the other. And I'm compressing with both hands. I did forget to tell you guys that we will, well, I'm going to actually use my rib. With my rib, I'm going to very carefully smooth that so it connects together. Se alisa esa parte de la parte de abajo. Y sí vamos a necesitar esto que es el cuchillo de madera. So what this is going to do, this wooden rib, and I use the curved part right here, right? It's like a little spoon. And I'm supporting the outside, and I'm blending this horizontally in the direction that it was connected. So estoy juntando las paredes horizontal en la dirección que se conectó. And you want to do this very neatly. You can kind of see on the inside there. I'm going to smooth the rim together and really compress that. If there's any air that gets trapped between your overlap when you're connecting, then it will explode and pull open fire. So see how I'm going horizontally? I'm going to pick this up so you can see it. It's this motion. And you want to really smooth as beautifully as you can. So I'm actually using, in the beginning, I use just the tip of this, and then as I'm smoothing it, I use the entire knife width, Esto uso todo el cuchillo para alisar la parte de dentro. Alright, so there's my seam. This seam, we're not going to blend that. We're going to leave that just like that, and it's going to become part of our decorative detail. Okay, you can get a sponge, squeeze all the water out of it, and continue your smoothing and blending. Una esponja que se le saca toda la agua, pueden usarla para seguir alisando y conectando. It's kind of hard to get the sponge into the thin area, so I'm just going to use a finger. Esta parte es angosto. So no puedo entrar con la esponja, so estoy usando el dedo. Now, you're going to go ahead and score this top part. I use this rib that's serrated because I cheat in my tutorials, and instead of using the knife like I did or the needle tool earlier, I just went ahead and just scored that. Score it really, really, really well. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my piece of clay that I saved over here. Ahora necesitamos el piso, la parte de la base, right? So this is important to be aware. I'm just putting some water there. I squirt water. Again, don't put it in the middle. Put it kind of over to the side, but make sure it's round. Hace que esta parte de abajo, que cada poner encima de el slab está bien redondo. If your bottom is not rounded when you set it on there, it's going to be all crooked. Sometimes you can reach in, sometimes you can reach in and push the wall out so it's nice and round. But you can see looking down with the camera that the base is nice and round. I pull it off. I just gave it a little kiss. Le doy, como yo le llamo, un besito apenas para dejar la agua para que yo sepa dónde rayar esta parte ahora. Okay, and a little bit of water on there. Maybe a little bit more on my cup base. So nice and round. Make sure it's nice and round. Asegúrese que esta parte está bien redonda. And I set it on there, making sure that it's still round. Again, if it's not round, you can kind of use this wooden knife to push it out a little bit. Just look down from the top. I'm standing up right now so I can really see. And now it's time to cut. And you can cut with your knife, which I don't know what I did with right now. Your fettling knife, you can cut with your metal knife, or you can cut with a needle tool. I usually cut with a fettling knife, but I can't. Oh, it's over here. Either one of these tools can cut fine for you. I'm going to go ahead and cut with my needle tool, but please make sure that your bottom of your cup is nice and round. So I'm just pushing it out a little bit, making sure it's round. Pueden cortar con el cuchillo o la aguja. Going around very slow and cutting the base close, so it's basically hugging the wall, the outer wall. Okay, cerca, con cuidado, no mucho, no muy para la pura orilla. Boom, I make a cut on the outside and then I can release this. This is kind of like when we did our boxes, so you guys know how this goes. And now I'm going to run my finger around the whole base that I just connected. I'm going to show you in 1 second as soon as I lift it. This is a little thick right here, so I'm taking a little bit off. Alright, so here we have it. Here's the bottom, and I'm making sure it's round and that it's smooth. So siempre queremos asegurarnos que está bien alisado, bien redondo. Finger really is the best thing to do this with at this point because the clay's still soft, right? So we can use our finger. All right, so here's what we have right now. We have the starting of a beautiful pint cup. I'm going to use my rib and just kind of go up, 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 and this is connecting that floor, that base to the cup. Go around the whole thing. You don't want your base to fall off your cup. That would really be a bummer. So you must do this little diagonal upward motion. Tenemos que alisarlo para arriba y un poco diagonal para que base no se le zafe. Que esté bien pegado. And once you've done this, all you really need to do at this point is smooth. That's all you need to do. You are 100% finished with the main construction. You just need to make sure it's standing beautifully. One thing that I do like to do here, people, is thin the rim out. Esta es la última parte. So I would actually call this the last step, and this is what I talk about when I say refining. And I've wet my hands, and I'm just going around, and I'm thinning this rim out, because if you don't thin it and round it out, it's not going to feel very comfortable against your mouth when you drink out of it. This is definitely one of the things I'm going to be looking at when I grade your pint cups, is to make sure that you have thinned and rounded this rim. Don't use a ton of water. If you accidentally put too much water, just clean it up. But see how I'm supporting the outside always? Soportando la parte de afuera y alisando y también haciéndolo bien redondo y delgado un poquito aquí en el puro labio, que llamamos aquí el labio. And that's it. There's your cup. Look at this cool cup. This is going to sit under plastic and dry very, very slowly. And then later on, if I feel like it's uneven on the rim, I can get down super low when I am eye level with this rim, and I can, when it's drier, I can trim a little bit off. Más adelante, cuando esto se seca un poquito, se puede ver bien cerca y cortarle un poquito si necesita, si no está parejo aquí arriba. So there it is. There's our cup. All right, thank you.